So the tree in front is a box elder, part of the Acer family. The scientific name is Acer nugundo. Lovely tree. So we're actually in Pinces Gardens. This is near the old rose garden. So I'll take a closer look at this lovely tree. It's got many other names, but box elder seems to be one that most people know and refer to. It's not very steady ground, sorry. Now this one's a bit special because most of the box elders across Exeter are male. This one's a female tree, and in fact it's the only female tree I've come across. The reason why they typically plant the male trees is because in flowering season they are prettier. It's simple as that. They're planted for decoration and ornaments to look pretty. I think both look beautiful, but from a planting perspective, if you're planting trees in parks and public spaces, often the males will get planted because the dangly catkins are more pretty. Other than the flowers, both male and female trees are much the same, so the leaves are, it's difficult to explain really, and then we're not actually in the key part of the growing season at the moment, so the leaves are only just starting to come out, and this is the end of March, so actually the flowers are really at an end now, and they're starting to turn into the young samaras, which is the type of seeds they have. So we're going to have a look at the twigs, the branches, the leaves and the flowers, and you can probably see now a little bit better. So as I said, the male ones much the same, but at this time of the year you'd have lots of dangling catkins which are now actually beginning to drop off. But for the female tree like this one, if I can grab a branch, I need to be a bit taller for this really, but there we go. There we go. So these are the female flowers. Actually, as I said, they're just beginning to turn into samaras, which most people refer to as helicopters. So a bit like, because again it's part of the Acer family, much like most like sycamore, Norway maple, you get the classic papery helicopter. So like I say, these are wind pollinated, and the seeds are dispersed by wind as well. I'll try and get a bit of a closer look there. So you can see the leaves just starting to get their characteristic box elder shape. You know, not looking at these leaves compared to a completely different to Norway maple, but yeah, lovely. So as I said, these will, over time, the leaves will come on, getting energy from the sun. These small samaras will turn into the larger ones and then get dispersed by the wind. So as I said, because this tree is female and then the others are male, they call this dioecious. So you have separate male and female trees, and we're lucky enough to have a female one of a good size at Pinces Gardens. Not a native tree. Again, most of the trees that are planted in parks in Exeter aren't native, but this is from North America. Again, beautiful tree. As far as I'm aware, not on the endangered list. I think in fact sometimes they get classed as invasive because of the seed dispersal. Again, unless there's a nearby male box elder, these aren't going to create any fertile seeds. Luckily, there is a box elder that's male that's not too far away, so there is a possibility this could actually create fertile seeds and they'll germinate. That would be great. So like I say, that's the box elder, or Acer nugundo as the scientific terminology goes. We'll have a proper look at the trunk while we're here. There we go. So nice spark. Sort of here is where it looks a little bit like snakebark maple. A lot of maple or Acer family have quite with the trunk the sort of striping effect almost. It's very visible in Norway maple. Not so much on a box elder. But yeah, it's a shame we just missed the flowers, but at least you got to see the young samaras. And then I'll try and, like I say, do a short video on one of the many male box elder trees, because we've got at least 4 or 5 that I'm aware of. Yeah, lovely tree. So as I said, this is actually in the corner of Pinces Gardens. So there, I believe, used to be, many years ago, the old rose beds as they called them. The council then bought this, turned it into a green space. It's still, you know, managed by the Exeter Council. There was a birch tree directly in front, but high winds recently saw an end to that, unfortunately. I think that was a Himalayan birch, but could be wrong. But yeah, so lovely tree. As I said, there's not that many box elders in general, but as I said, it's mainly male trees that are planted because of the pretty little dangly catkins. But yeah, I'll be keeping a close eye on this, because if there are any seeds that germinate, that would be really cool. I mean, actually looking at the ground, sometimes the wind, there we go, you can actually see a little bit detail there. There's samaras. There we go. So I'll put that back so that nature can do its thing. So that concludes the very short review on box elder. So yeah, lovely tree. I'll be keeping a very close eye on this one because it's a very important one.
Excuse me.